All right, guys, now out here at the campus of Rocky Mount High School, third-year coach Jason Battle. We interviewed you your first year, then your second. Now it's your third year at the helm of the Griffons football team. Coach Battle, summer practices going on right now, getting the kids ready. You and I just talked a lot of seniors in the skill positions on your team this year.
Yeah, we actually only graduated two skilled kids last year, quarterback J.T. Smith and one of our running backs, Joseph Cooper. And the rest of our skilled kids are back this year.
Well, it's a team that last year went 8-4, 3-2 in conference play, had a first-round loss to Orange. But this is 2 straight years of going to the playoffs after 2 sub-500 years for the program. What's it been like re-injecting some of that Griffon energy back into the program here?
Well, it's been good. It's been difficult, but the kids have really embraced what we're trying to do now, and now it's just it's a moment of progress now. Now we've got to really make a staple this year, hopefully.
Well, one of those guys looking to make a staple, one of those seniors, Josh Carter. He's someone who came in to the quarterback position about midway through last year and really looked to provide a spark for your guys. I remember that big win you guys had against Southern Nash, I believe 30-14, right in the middle of conference play. That really seemed to turn things around a little bit for you guys.
Right.
Talk about what he's bringing and how he's maybe maturing as he goes into this season.
Well, Josh Carter, right now, we're looking for, hopefully he'll be our starter. The issues with Josh was just making sure that he was ready to become a leader. And thus far this summer, he's really grasped that concept that he's got to take on a leadership role, as well as trying to really understand what we're doing. And thus far I'm very pleased with his progress.
Now, we saw him a little bit last year. What were some of the things on the field you wanted to see him work on besides his leadership? As far as is he reading routes better? Is he making better decisions? What are some of the things you've seen since he took the job last year and now through summer practices?
Well, just his attention to detail. Last year, I think he just kind of just winged it a little bit.
Okay.
Kind of learning as you go. But this year, thus far, he's really trying to understand and pay attention to detail to, be able to direct those other 10 guys that's on the field.
One of the things, who are some of those other guys that he's going to be leading this year? Who are some of the guys that have stepped up so far in the summer? Maybe some guys you didn't expect to step up so far?
Well, offensively, of course, we still bring back Broderick Carter. We bring back Rashawn Harris. The backfield, Malik Lewis, he'll be back. And, thus far, a guy like Nick Bonham, he'll be coming up from the JV team. And, we're looking for him to really, spread his wings this year as a Griffon and get going. And also B.J. Sanders. He's going to be he's sophomore running back, so he's going to probably need a lot more guidance.
Obviously, these guys are going to get a lot of reps, probably in the non-conference schedule, which I was just looking today. Looks very, very tough this year. You guys are really getting challenged. The most brutal part might be a 3-game road stretch where you take on J.H. Rose, a rivalry game against Southwest Edgecombe, and then Triton. 3 straight on the road. What's that going to be like for you guys? What are you looking to get out from them at that point?
Well, with our schedule, we've talked about it. We weren't able to get the balance that we needed in our schedule. So, we've got 7 road games, and we're gonna have to become some road warriors this year, and learn how to win the tough game on the road. I think it'll be a little bit easier for us, when we're able to get back home. It'll be a relief. But if we can make it through that stretch, because in the stretch you're talking about, it's actually a 5-game stretch.
It's true. It's going to conference play, yeah.
So it's not going to be easy, but I think if we can come out of that, we're definitely battle tested.
Well, then talk a little bit about your conference schedule. Obviously, you've been through it before as a player, and now you've gone through it twice as a coach. What are your thoughts going up against those other 5 Big East teams?
Well, there's not a week that you can take off. Of course, we always push our kids, but in some conferences there are some weaker teams, but in our conference, I think it's so much parity across the board that it's super competitive every Friday night. And sometimes it may be, one team may not be as talented as the other, but every game is a rivalry game anyway. So, that adds a different aspect.
You know, you've taken this program with some great strides from where it was in the previous years before you took over 2 years ago. 2 first-round exits in the playoffs the last 2 years, 2 tough opponents, but you guys acquitted yourselves well. What's it going to take, though, for this team to get over that hump and win a playoff game and go deep?
Well, again, it all goes back to the work of the players. As I stress all the time with every class, it's really about senior leadership. And this year more so than ever, because this group of seniors, I've actually had an opportunity to coach these kids since they were in the 9th grade as their JV head coach. So they really have to take the bull by the horns and want to go further than what they've been so far. They've gotten over that hump of winning conference games and being able to get to the playoffs, but not really understanding what it takes to win a playoff game. So this year, it could be a great year. Could be a great one.
What do you think it takes to win a playoff game? You've been in those wars. What can you draw on as when you were a player to tell those guys?
Well, it's a much different atmosphere than a regular season game, because everything's on the line. And for us, the thing that we have to get better at is preparation to going into the week of a playoff game. We haven't had the practice intensity that we need for those playoff weeks, and I think this year this group will be able to get it.
Well, Coach, best of luck to you. Hopefully you get a chance to work on that playoff intensity in
hope
practice
so.
this year, and hopefully we'll see you guys win a couple ones this year.
I hope so. Hope you see us win a lot of them.
Absolutely. We'll be checking you out a lot this year, and we'll hope to keep in touch with you as the season goes on.
All right, thank you.
All right, but for now, let's throw it back to the studio.